What's going on, guys? Got a quick video for you today. A lot of people have been asking me this, and I feel like I should just make a video on it because it's a popular topic, and I feel like it can help a lot of people. So today I'm going to be going over my top 6 lures I throw around summer, springtime. It'll change from lake to lake, but if you have these lures with you at any given scenario, you'll catch some fish. Now, number 6 on this list, it's going to be a crankbait. I use a bluegill color of like any type. You want to throw this in a place that's mainly sand or rocks. If there's too many weeds, you're going to get hung up too much, so don't throw a crankbait if you're fishing a weedy area. But this is really good if you don't really know the area and you have to just search fish everything. You can fish these pretty fast, and you can cover a lot of ground in a short amount of time. So you want to throw this like banging off the rocks underwater. It's meant to just kind of dive down and it'll bounce off the bottom. It'll kick up a lot of shit, and the vibrations it put off will kind of piss off the fish. And so you want to throw that in any place there's no like huge amount of weeds, and you need to just kind of look around for the fish. Number 5 is gonna be a spinnerbait. These things, I've just kind of gotten into them. I never really used to use them, but ever since I started throwing them, I kind of realized they're good lures. And I mean, if you throw these in sunny days, put it around weeds, whatever, they're made to just kind of swim straight through whatever you're throwing them at. And so throw them in whatever, but keep them somewhat near the top. I've gotten a few like 4 or 5 pounders on these. I catch a lot of pickerel on these, if that's what you're into. But these, I think it's Strike King. They make a really good one. It comes with a trailer hook on it, and so you don't need to attach it yourself. And I mean, this little plastic piece keeps it on, which is an interesting thing. I don't know why companies never thought of that, but this is the first time I'm seeing it. But again, sunny days, throw it wherever. If you're fishing something really deep, I wouldn't throw a spinnerbait, but anything semi-shallow with a lot of weeds on a sunny day, go for it. Now, number 4. I throw this one a lot. I've caught a lot of big fish on it, but it's a classic little jig. This is just like a bigger finesse jig. I think this is like a shad colored one. It's got it's white on the bottom, green on the top. I put a green craw on it. I think it's a rage craw. But you throw these around any type of heavy cover. I have a whole flipping setup I think I've gone over in one of my videos. I got like 40-pound braid on it, a really heavy rod. You can throw this like right over the tops of trees. Let it sit to the bottom. If there's any fish holding in those trees and they see this, they'll come eat it, and you can just like rip them right over the log. That's the purpose of that setup. But throw these in like trees, rocks, anything. It imitates a craw, so wherever you think a crawfish would be, throw that around there. But this is really good for bed fishing, or if it's a slow day, you can work this really slow in front of any fish you sight see. And you can throw it without a trailer, but I prefer to throw it with one. But if you're gonna put a trailer on, try not to let it exceed the hook too much, because that'll just give it a way bigger profile. And I mean, if you want a bigger profile, you can do that, but I already think these are big enough to catch whatever you need. But again, throw this around rocks, trees. Make sure you're using something heavy so it doesn't snap you off. But anything like that, this thing exceeds. Now this one holds a special place in my heart. This is an inline spinner. You can use like Panther Martins. A lot of companies make them. I like Panther Martins the most, but that's actually what I caught my personal best bass on. It was 8 pounds back when I was like fucking 10 years old, which sucks because I haven't been able to catch anything bigger than that since then. The big Pike Spinner bait. But if you throw those you're at a pond you don't really know about, or like you haven't been getting like much information on it, or say if you're walking the shore or anything, that's a really good lure to throw. It's like a search bait. Almost any species will eat that as long as you're throwing a small enough one. And I mean, I've had days where I go out in some random pond I don't know and catch like 25 to 30 fish, all like bass, crappie, like the cool little fish you like to catch. But I would only throw that if like maybe you're taking someone that's like a beginner out, or if like you just want to catch a lot of fish on any given day. but I usually don't catch anything crazy on those. I mean, like here and there you'll get like a 3-pounder or something, but that's more for like a search bait to find out what kind of fish are like in this pond you're fishing, or like if they're active for the day. Now, number 2 on this list, this is a classic. You got Texas Rig Senko. I use the earthworm color. It's actually really cool, but you can wacky rig these, Texas rig them. I tend to keep them Texas rig. They cast a lot better. They come through weeds. They still have like perfectly good action when they're falling down. You want to fish these, so when you fish these, you want to let them fall a lot. So if you cast it out, let it sink to the bottom, give it like 5 to 10 seconds, work this thing back up to the top. That way when it's coming down, the fish will see it, it'll be wobbling on the way down, they'll come up and eat it. And so you're not really gonna get them as you're reeling them in, it's more as they're falling down, you're gonna get your strikes. But you can throw this in anything except for like maybe really thick lily pads. But I've thrown this in the weediest places and it comes out spotless. And I mean, I've caught an unbelievable amount of fish on this. Like more than I can even count. I've been using this since I first started. This is just good if like literally you just want to go out, have a good day. You can throw that really around anything. I use it for bed fishing. You can put a weight on the front of it, like a bullet weight, if you want to fish it with so it falls a little faster. But I tend to keep it weightless, let it sink down like by itself, and I'll get plenty of fish just off the fall. Now, number 1, this is my actual favorite lure in the world. This is a Ned Rig. It didn't really become popular until recently, but I'm sure a good amount of you have heard of it because it just works so well. Any pond I go to that does not have like an insane amount of weeds, you just need like a sandy bottom, rocky bottom, anything you're not gonna get like snagged on with the hook, like throw this around anything you can. This catches any fish you could ever imagine. I've caught like 6-pound bass on this, crappie, white perch. You can catch bluegill on this too, like it's insane. I have a little drop shot rig on it right now. Usually you throw these. This one's a little messed up, but it's just a little worm. They stretch a lot, so if a fish bites them, it's not gonna just tear apart. I think it's Z-Man. They make a really good one. It's called the TRD. This thing is tried and true. Like you throw this around any part of a pond that you're not gonna get snagged on instantly and you will have a fish in your hands. Like these things are ridiculous. I use them for bed fishing. If you see a fish at all and you can cast this thing at it, you're most likely gonna get it. These things are just crazy. But again, just have a decently light setup. These aren't huge. Don't throw it in like the same places you would a jig because you're gonna get caught on trees and you're gonna snap off. But if you're fishing any type of like flat or like drop off that doesn't have a ton of snags, throw a Ned Rig. So that's it for today's video, guys. It's a short one, but I think it'll help a lot of people out. So use any of these tips. Again, I'd stick with my 2 rods I bring have a Ned Rig and a Senko on it, and I do great in ponds. Like if I'm going to some random one with no boat, I'm walking the shore, I'll just have those 2 rods and I'll make it killing out there. There'll be people out there not catching anything. They're always asking what I'm using, but just, you know, go out there, have a good time, but you know, use one of these, catch some fish, and have an even better time, you know? But thank you guys for watching once again. I appreciate all of you, and I will see you on the next one.